Hi, everybody. It's good to be with all of you guys. It's nice to see your faces. So we are talking today about one of my favorite topics, which are I will days and calendar audits. We've got some team members in the room, which is also great because I do believe that this is probably the key to high performance and efficiency, what we're all going to talk about today. So, guys, think about your SLAP. The big premise of SLAP is that we're trying to align actions to results. So, we set our goals, those are the results we want. And then we build our plan so that we can align all of our actions to help us get to those results. So, an action, if you guys remember, is every single time we spend 1 minute of our time, $1 of our money, 1 ounce of our energy. So if you are spending time or money or energy, that's an action. And what we want to do to build the highest performing mindsets and the highest performing businesses is to make sure that the time and the money and the energy that we are spending is perfectly aligned as much as humanly possible to the outcomes that we want, to the results that we have. And we would describe our outcomes, the results, as our time budget, our wellness goals, our impact goals, and our financial goals. So this alignment of our time, our money, and our impact is the outcomes. Those are the results. So our mission in SLAP is to take the time and the money and the energy we have now and to spend it in alignment with the goals that we have for our time, our money, and the impact we want to have in the world. That's the mission. So when we think about SLAP, we always say it's not a business plan, it's an action plan. It's a plan that drives action. So when we plan top down. We start with our ideal client, then we create our SLAP statement where we clarify what we do, who we do it for, the scale we do it on. Then we set our SLAP goals. So they've got clear financial targets that are profitable and sustainable. Then we choose our connecting campaigns, the ways that we're going to go connect with our ideal client, to hit our SLAP goals, to live our vision. But this is the part that's most important because as you guys all know, because you have SLAPs, it only takes you 2.5 hours to build the plan. Planning top down is like a 2.5 hour process. Actioning bottom up is 12 months, right? And so every year we plan for a couple of hours, we action for 12 months. And in the world of small business, one of the big mistakes we've historically made is we think if we build the perfect plan, everything will happen. Not true. The perfect plan is completely useless to us if we don't action it well. And so it is in the action that 99.9% of our success is dictated. We will succeed or not succeed, not based on how good the plan is, based on how effective we are at taking action to deliver the plan. So you need the 1%. The plan has got to be right because if you're putting all your time and all your money and all your energy into the wrong plan, well, we can all imagine how that's going to go. So we got to get the plan right. But that's 1% of the equation. So let's assume your SLAP is great. If you don't think your SLAP is great, put a message in chat right now, get on a call with a SLAP expert and fix your SLAP because you do not want to be aligning your action against a plan you don't ultimately believe in. So do you have the right ideal client? Do you have the right SLAP statement? Do you have the right SLAP goals? Do you have the right connecting campaigns? That is a real question you have to ask. And if you don't think you've got the plan right, that is a totally solvable problem, but we got to solve that problem. Assuming you have the plan right, 1%, now we can do the real work, the 99%, which is making sure that we're aligning our actions and we're actioning from the bottom up. Because the big idea is if you have an annual plan, right, you've got your annual SLAP that's broken into quarterly goals and quarterly campaigns, like, right, your Q1, your Q2, your Q3, your Q4. And then that drives you into monthly milestones and monthly priorities. That is what should be driving you into daily action, making choices on a minute by minute daily basis to make sure that you're spending the time and the money and the energy you have well in a minute by minute basis. I think businesses succeed or fail based on minute by minute choices that we make as business owners. And so the mission you'll see here on the chart, it's not a coincidence that your daily decisions, the decisions you make every minute of the day, all day long, are directly aligned here to your SLAP statement. Every choice you make every day needs to align to this SLAP statement. what you do, who you do it for, the scale you do it on. And when that happens, you start to see progress. So these are the habits we want to talk about today. It's a reminder that mindset is a muscle. Even if you have the right plan, even if the plan is perfect, and even if you're totally committed to it, and even if you care so much, and even if you're such a good person, and even if you work so hard, that doesn't equal success. What equals success is that you are continuously optimizing your actions in pursuit of your goal. And the pursuit of your goal and the optimization of your actions come down to 4 habits. We're going to really focus on 2 of them, but I'm going to tell you all 4 first. Slap habit number 1 is to say no. Saying no is a habit that we can build. I am a yes person. My instinct is to say yes. I see possibility in everything. I see possibility in everyone. I love everything. I love everyone. All I see is a world full of possibility. It is a beautiful, joyful thing. But I have limited time, money, and energy. And so if I say yes to everything, it means that I cannot possibly be focused and disciplined and organized in pursuit of the goals that I have set for myself. And so if I'm serious about being the CEO of Silver Lining, and I'm serious about optimizing my time and my profit and my contribution, I have to say no to basically everything so that I can align my actions to my results. So the first slap habit, which we're not going to spend all of our time on this today, but as a reminder, every time somebody asks you for a minute of your time or $1 of your money, you ask yourself, will this help me connect with my ideal client? Can I do or talk about what I do? Does this opportunity have the same reach as my scale? So when someone asks me to do something, I ask, will my small businesses be there? Can I go and talk about SLAP? Is it global in scale? 3 yeses, I say yes. If I don't get 3 yeses, I say no. Even if it's a cool thing to do, I don't have the time, the money, and the energy to do anything that is not 3 yeses. Okay, slap habit number 1. Slap habit number 2 is audit your calendar. Slap habit number 3 is monthly I will days. I'm going to come back because this is where we're going to spend most of our time today. I'm just going to go remind us on slap habit number 4, which is to build the habit of getting unstuck. I want to just sort of preface habit 2 and 3, which we're going to spend our time really working on today, with this reminder that we have this idea, I think, that being high performing means that we're like slick and in flow and charismatic and perfect and everything's wonderful. That's not true. It's also not possible. The reality of any growth cycle is that we're going to get stuck. We're going to have good days and bad days, and good quarters and bad quarters, and things are going to be fabulous and things are going to be hard. And we're going to have good days and bad days, and we're going to feel great and confident sometimes, and we're going to feel like anxious and stressed and worried sometimes. Welcome to being a human. So the mission is not to be perfect. The mission is not to be beautifully in flow all the time. We're not built for that. That's not possible. The mission is to build the habit of understanding when we're stuck and getting ourselves unstuck, doing these interventions on ourselves, being able to identify, oh, wow, I'm a little stuck right now. I need to do something about it. I've got to intervene on myself and get myself unstuck. So the habit is to get unstuck faster, more efficiently, more effectively. So just a reminder that these 4 stages of stuck are really helpful. Stuck stage 1, I'm too busy. This is a lack of clarity and focus. The solution, the intervention, is a calendar audit, which we're going to go talk about. I am stuck stage 1 right now. And just so you guys can know that I practice what I preach, I did an intervention. I'll show you guys because I'm going to share my calendar and we're going to talk about all this. Tomorrow and Friday, you are going to see that I have blocked it off to think. I need to intervene on myself. I need to not be so busy. I need to not go to back-to-back meetings for 14 hours every day and run it. I need to stop. I don't have to be this busy. I can get a hold of myself. So I'm doing an intervention on myself for the next 2 days. I will come back out of it, back in my flow, and I don't have to start dropping. I'm intervening on myself before I get more stuck. Now, if you stay too busy for too long, if you don't do that calendar audit, which we're going to talk about today, then you become overwhelmed. You sink to stuck stage 2. Again, this is not good or bad. It's just what happens. If you're overwhelmed, if you feel overwhelmed, if you hear yourself saying, I'm overwhelmed, right? That's your cue. And that is most often attached to unrealistic goals. The intervention is fix your slap, get your goals back on track, right? If you made $50,000 last year and you set a slap goal for 500,000 and you're constantly looking at what you would need to do to make $500,000 and grow your business by that exponential growth in 1 year, of course you feel overwhelmed because you're trying to do something that's not possible. And so you're going to feel like you're failing all the time and it's impossible. There's too much to do. It's because it is. You might be overwhelmed because you've got way too many connecting campaigns. You've got too many campaigns in your quarter. The right amount is 3 to 5. I go into some people's slaps, they've got like 40, 50 campaigns. Of course, you're feeling overwhelmed. You can't possibly do that many campaigns. So when you're overwhelmed, it's because you've put pressure on yourself to try to do something that is unrealistic. And the solution is to get back into reality, to build the right plan that honors your reality, the time and money that you have to get to an outcome you want. Now, if you stay in the world of a lack of reality, if you're chasing unrealistic goals and having unrealistic expectations of yourself for too long, you drop to stuck stage 3, which sounds like, oh, I've lost my passion. I used to care so much. I just don't even care anymore. You can't lose your passion. The root issue is that you are exhausted. You have wore yourself out because you have been too busy and too overwhelmed for too long. And if you stay in that state, you get tired for good reason. The solution is a vacation. And we can talk about that more if you ever want to talk about it. This is where I say, max your credit cards, let people down, make your clients mad at you. It doesn't matter because if you don't go on a vacation and get back to sound mind, you're going to want to quit. And then you're in way worse position. Now, then when you're back from vacation, you go back and you're feeling good. If you don't take that vacation, if you don't rest, you sink to stuck stage 4. And this is where you say you want to quit. And that is not true. I don't think anyone that starts a business actually wants to quit. What happens is that you become out of alignment. And as you feel out of alignment because you've been too busy and too overwhelmed and too tired for too long, you make little choices that don't align with what you really want because your mindset muscle has weakened. And then the solution is to go on a vacation, rebuild your strength, and realign your mindset, your profit, and your impact. Okay. So how do we not let ourselves get all the way to stuck stage 4? How do we keep doing these interventions so that we align our time, our money, and our energy against our highest priorities? Let's go to talk about slap habit 2 and slap habit 3, the real focus of today, auditing your calendar and monthly I will days. So let me just tell you the most absolutely practical way to do these two things. Let's start with auditing your calendar. If you feel too busy, you are too busy. You've got too much going on. That is true. If you feel too busy, you are too busy. Very simple, very clear. The calendar audit is based on the premise that we all have 168 hours in the week. So everybody take out your piece of paper, write on the top of it, 168. Every single one of us have 168 hours each week. And in that week, we need to do a lot of things. We need to sleep. We need to exercise. We need to have time for our friends and our family. Some of that, which might be joyful. Some of it might be full of responsibilities, caregiving, school drop-offs, cooking dinner. I really want all of you to have fun every week, and I'll talk about that more. You need to manage the business you have. You need to deliver on the work you have, pay the bills, take care of your customers. If you have staff, take care of your staff. Running the business, you have to manage the business you have. You also need to grow the business, which is a different bucket of time and thinking and energy and actions. Business owners chronically spend too much time managing their business and no time growing their business, and then are confused why their business isn't growing. You need some time to think. You need time to grow yourself. And one of the most beautiful things about small business owners are the hearts. Almost everyone in our global community wants to spend time in the community. Now, and then all of you might have slightly differing things. You might have additional or other things that you want to add to your categories. But the reality is that there's a lot of your 168 hours they're taken. They're assigned, whether you like it or not. You gotta sleep. That's just happening, no matter whether you like it or not. You could try to defy that truth, but that doesn't go very well if you don't sleep for too long. Your family takes time, right? Again, some of it's full of joy, some of it's just true. You gotta take care of your kids. You gotta take care of your parents. You gotta, you gotta cook dinner, like, friends and family. It's just real time. Your business management is real time. It takes real time. Your business will have demands on you and you have to fulfill them. So what we see happening for the majority of business owners is that if there is not unbelievable intentionality in how you spend your time will get hijacked by business management, friends and family. Let's call it family more than friends, family time, and community. One of the biggest issues that I see Slapsters face is that you give too much. And I say that with all the love in my heart because it comes from the most beautiful, generous place. But Slapsters are chronically and constantly giving away time for free to support their churches, their synagogues, their mosques, their community organizations, nonprofits, the Little League team, their community efforts, the local town council. And it's beautiful. And I want us all to keep doing those things, but not at the expense of your health and wellness and your profit. It's got to be an and. So what I see happening most consistently is that our instinct is to take care of our family. Our instinct is to take care of the business as it exists, the business management, and our instinct is to take care of our community. Now, if the majority of your 168 hours go to your family, your business management, and your community, it doesn't take long to see how your health starts to suffer, your joy and inspiration and spark starts to suffer, and your growth starts to suffer. Your profit starts to suffer because you're giving so much time to these things that are really not generative. They're beautiful, they're critical, and they're important, but they're not generating your growth. To grow your business, you need to be well. You need to sleep. You need to exercise. You need to be living in a body that's functioning properly because your business will always cap out at your own growth. Your business can only ever be as healthy as you are as a person. So when I look at silver lining and I'm frustrated about something that I feel like is not advancing the way I want it to, I go to therapy and I try to figure out what is going on inside of me. What, as the leader of this thing, what am I doing that is capping its growth, that is preventing its growth? And sometimes it's strategic, but often it's me. So if you're exhausted because you're not sleeping, if your body is unwell because you're not moving, if you don't have any fun in your life that's sparking excitement and happiness and joy, how are you going to be a good business leader? How are you going to be a good CEO of your business? You can't be. You're bringing a tired, unhealthy, uninspired version of leadership to your company, even if it's a company of one. So that's the first category we sacrifice, and you've got to get it back. The second thing we sacrifice, which is of course the grand irony of this entire, world we live in, is business growth. If I look at most small businesses' calendars, I can't find 1 minute spent on business growth. And then everyone's sad that they're not growing their businesses. Well, what do we think is going to happen if there is not 1 minute spent on the actions that will grow the business? Well, yes, the business will not grow. So again, we overinvest in taking care of people and things. That is the instinct. Our families, the business as it is right now, our community. We dramatically, significantly underinvest in the things that will grow us as humans, leaders of our business, the leaders that are responsible for the business, and in the activities that will physically grow the business, the tactical activities to grow the business, the connecting campaigns, the things that will find new customers. And a calendar audit is about this constant accountability and realignment to our priorities. So how do you do a calendar audit? First, you set your time budget. You guys all set one when you built your slap. You may have forgotten about it. One of the things that we're working on is actually putting your time budget in to execute so that you're looking at it all the time. And when you do a pause and reflect, you actually pause and you do a little mini calendar audit. Where's my time going? Is it matching my time budget? Or am I over investing in some areas and under investing in others? Because we want you to be aware how you spend these 168 hours a week is one of the most like predictive indicators of your future self and success. It is, show me your calendar today and I will predict your future. I mean, it is a direct correlation. So first, you set your ideal time budget. We won't spend a ton of time on time budget in this conversation, just so we can get into Q&A as quickly as possible. But again, a good time budget is based in truth. If you're a caretaker of children or parents or family members or friends, that takes time, probably a lot of time. You got to allocate that into your time budget and understand what that means. Maybe caretaking is taking so much time that you need to actually pause community work for a couple of years until you've got time to do it. The point of your time budget is to force us into reality. You cannot find extra hours. That is not possible. So what do you need to do to be honest about the demands on your time and how to make sure with every spare minute you squeeze out that time to allocate to the categories that are going to grow yourself and the categories that are going to grow your business? And it will require you sacrificing things. Every time I do my time budget, I have to write a lot of apology emails. I'm so sorry I committed to this. I can't. I don't have time for it. I'm so sorry I committed to this. I can't. I don't have time for it, which we're going to come back to even more in our will days. So first, you set your time budget. It is honest. It is realistic. It is about saying no to everything so that you can say yes to the right things. And then your calendar audit is literally as simple as we go into our calendars. I'm going to take you guys to my calendar, the real deal. So this is what my calendar looked like last week. I have a very clear time budget. I don't always hit my time budget, for the record, but I have a time budget. And these colors on my calendar correspond to different parts of my time budget. Everything that is green is my business growth budget. So if it's that dark green color, that's business growth. So we can see that last week I only spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours on business growth. In my time budget, I have 20 hours a week on business growth. As the CEO of my company, I need to fit. So even though I got 9 hours in, I was 11 hours short, right? That's my first aha. Everything that is red are things I shouldn't be doing. They're things that we have staff members that we pay to do it. And so I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing. So I spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, I spent 9, 10. I spent 10 hours last week doing things that are not in my time budget. That's probably, see what we just discovered? I was 11 hours short on business growth because I spent 10 hours doing things I shouldn't have done. It's just math. There's 168 hours. It's not confusing. Okay. Now, it was my partner's birthday on Sunday. I have, 12 hours booked just to celebrate my partner, because having fun and celebrating my family matters to me. So I planned a whole day of activities. Fun is yellow. I'm having fun. I had fun with my partner. I had fun with my friends on Saturday night. I had fun with my brothers. I had a great fun week last night. And you know what? Or last week, I did have fun last week and I came back energized on Monday. Fun is important. It's yellow. It's joyful. I exceeded my fun budget last week. Hooray. So good for me. Purple, light purple is my self-care, my wellness, me having time to restore. So I had a forum where I had a peer community of other people that I spent 4 hours with just working on business strategy. I have a mental fitness coach. I went to the spa last week. On Monday, I spent 5 hours at a spa. Good for me. My cousin died and I blocked an hour in my calendar to just spend time with my family, texting, being present to that moment when he passed. Those are wellness moments. Those matter. And by the way, I put that into my calendar, not because I'm a crazy person, but because I know that if I don't acknowledge that my time gets spent on the things that matter to me, they won't happen. And so you see here, I've got time to manage my business. Light red is where I'm doing the things I need to do to manage my business. So I spent 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I spent 13 hours managing the business I already have. And you'll see that 4 hours of that was just doing a fun retreat with my slap experts. Those slap experts are the key to everything at Silver Lining Working. Spending 4 hours having fun with them is the highest priority I have as a CEO. But that is what is part of managing my business, in addition to approval meetings and one-on-ones and all the other things I do. So I can come back and I can look at my calendar and I can say, okay, this is where my time went. Is it in alignment with my time budget? This is a calendar audit. And every week, what I do is I look at my week and I say, did I get the priorities done? Did I spend time on my highest priorities? What hijacked that thing? What do I need to learn from that? And from that, how do I go and not just change my week next week, but how do I actually think about strategic decisions I have to make? For example, I'm spending too much time on like basically our business development, but that's okay. We've got new people in those roles. I'm training them. And so so my mission in my brain is I've got to train those people more quickly because I've got to get out of those things that are red and get back to green activities. But I know that and I'm intentional about it. I can plan for that. This is what my week looked like the week before. You can see that my calendar is blocked almost for every hour of every day, color coded against my time budget so that I can at a glance see what's going on. This was a good week. See how much dark green I've got? And see how quickly I can identify that even without doing like deep thinking. I can see visually, okay, that was a good week. And by the way, do you know what? Our pipeline is really high right now, and we're going to close a lot of business. That's not confusing. It's because I've been spending a lot of time in meetings doing business development, doing the business growth stuff. So you can see that it's intentional. You can see that it is color coded. You can see that I am every minute of every day thinking, am I spending my time in alignment with my highest priorities so that I can protect the collective? And if I'm not, how do I do the intervention? Okay, so that's your calendar audit. Now, slap habit number 3 are monthly I will days. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is where the theory of this is that you book an 8-hour uninterrupted time slot on a monthly recurring basis. Now, here's my confession. I have not done an I will day. Get ready. This is very bad. I feel very shameful saying this. I have not done an I will day in 9 months because I have been so freaking busy doing world tours and 20-year anniversaries and all the things. And the reason, remember how I said when I started, I'm stuck stage 1, I'm too busy. That is because I have not done an I will day for 9 months. That is my fault. That is my actions equaling my results. So let's go back to my calendar for this week. Look what I have. I have 2 I will days. Carissa is thinking and planning. I am not doing meetings. I'm in the process of canceling all these things. I am going to a dance recital tomorrow night because it will inspire me to do even better I will thinking. But I need to do an intervention on myself. I don't want to get overwhelmed. I most certainly don't want to lose my passion, and I'm definitely not going to quit. So before I live in my sad story of being so busy, which I feel like I've been saying for the last 3 months, I'm going to do an intervention on myself. I'm going to take 2 days to do I will days, and I'm going to get my act together. So here's how I will do. This is what I'll be doing for the next 2 days. Uninterrupted time to just sit and think. I do it at a time while I will not have any interruption. So again, I'll be turning my phone off. I will be going to a coffee shop. I will not be in the presence of anyone or anybody who could talk to me. I am going to just actually think. I am going to inform everyone that I'm offline for that period. My calendar is blocked. I decline meetings. I'm not available. Leave me alone. I'll talk to you later. I'm thinking. And then I get some healthy snacks so that I can I pretend I'm having fun. I have I always have work parties where I buy myself little healthy snacks and I feel like I'm having a party when I have to do good work. I bring Post-it notes in 5 colors and I go through every single open item on my to-do list. I currently have a to-do list that is 9 pages long. Every line is something I need to do that I have not done yet. It is 9 pages long. It's a disaster. I am so behind on so many things that it's borderline ridiculous. And some of those things are really important, by the way. They're important relationships, they're opportunities for the business, they're people I care about, they're things that need to get done. And I have been so busy that I'm not getting them done. My fault, bad behavior. So I will go through that list of 9 pages and I will have my 5 colored Post-it notes and I will take every single item and I will write each item onto one Post-it note. So I will say, okay, I've got to send a proposal to the government in Saudi Arabia. I should really do that. That's a high priority. So I'll put that on a green Post-it note on my reprioritized list and I'll write that. Okay. Then delegate. Oh, I've been telling this person I'm going to meet with them for 8 months. I keep delaying. Sashini can do that meeting. She's totally capable of it. It's in her department. What am I doing trying to be a hero? Get Sashini to do this meeting. Delegate, Post-it, put it over there. Okay. Delay. Yes, I really want to help this person with their mission to save. Actually, this is a good example. There's an initiative happening right now in prison systems in New York City that I really want to help with. I believe in it so much. It's so connected to my values. It's something I want to contribute to the world. I can't do it right now. It's unreasonable. I'm going to delay it. I'm going to send a message to the person I want to help and say, I love this so much. I'm not saying no. I'm saying not right now. Delay. Apologize. There's so many things on that list of 9 pages that I do not have to do. And I should not have even said I would in the first place. And so every one of those that I just shouldn't do. And I said yes when I should have said no. I'm going to write each one on an apologize Post-it. I'm going to stack up my little apologies list. And then some I'm just going to delete. They've been on the list for 9 months. No one will even remember. No one cares. It's not important. Just don't do it. Delete. And now I'm going to have, after about 2 hours, I'm going to have 5 little groups of Post-it notes. The delete ones, I'm going to rip up, throw in the garbage. That's a relief. They're gone. Fabulous. I probably just deleted a page of my to-do list. Apologize. Then I sit with my sad truth of my overcommitment, my saying yes when I should have said no. I face my reality. I feel embarrassed. I feel like a total loser. I feel like I'm letting people down. And I write all my apology emails. Hi, Nicole. I love you so much. I said this thing. I'm so sorry. I don't have time to do that. It's not in alignment with my highest priorities. I feel like a terrible person for letting you down. Please know how much I love you, even though I can't do this thing I said I would. Please forgive me. Please still love me. I love you. Goodbye. And then I send all my sad apology messages and they hurt my heart, but I'm hopefully training my brain to stop saying yes to things I can't actually do. And so that I don't, and every month when you write those apology notes, I tell you, it makes you think twice about saying yes the next day because you don't want to have to write those apology emails every month. They really hurt. Then you send your delay emails. Hey, I love this. I am going to do this, but I cannot do it right now. I will follow up again when I can. So sorry. Love you. Talk again soon. Then I send my delegate emails. Hey, I said I was going to do it. A better person to do it is actually this person. I'm connecting you. Good luck. Have a great day. And then I'm left with just my reprioritized Post-its. And I probably took that 9-page to-do list and I probably got it down to 2 or 3 pages. And then I work on those priorities. For the rest of the I will day, I pump them out. And if I don't get them done by the end of the day, right, I've got so many that I booked 2 days. But if I don't get them done by the end of that I will period, I time block for the next 30 days so that those priorities get done. And then by my next I will day, I face my cold hard truth one more time and I go through the whole same process again. That's an I will day. It changes your life. I don't know what to tell you except for the fact that it changes your life. It's the only thing that will save you as a busy person. It is an incredible intervention on yourself. It is so clarifying. It is so relieving. I tell you all that I am entering this call with all of you feeling stuck stage 1 busy. But you call me Friday afternoon, I won't answer because I'll be doing my I will day, but I will be able to report back at the end of it that I am feeling grounded, clear, organized, happy, on top of things, productive. It's such a good feeling. So those are the habits. Let me pause there. Calendar audits, I will days, rooted in saying no instead of yes. Understanding our instinct will be say yes, not no, creating the conditions to fix those yeses, to get back into alignment so that we don't get so stuck, so that we get ourselves unstuck more efficiently, more quickly, so that our actions, our time, our money, and our energy stay in alignment with the results we want. our results, the goals we have for our time, our money, our contribution. Let's take this week as an example. So your color coding should be personal to you. I'll just tell you what mine is, just because it's how my brain works. Yellow is fun. That feels obvious to me. Oh, fun, yellow. That feels like fun and colorful and joyful. Bright red is anything that's not in my time budget, like red alert, stop, this is bad, pay attention. Even though it's your time is going to it, you don't want your time to be going to it. So that's red. The dark green is business growth, money. It sort of is like representing like I'm going and pursuing money. So dark green, it's like I gotta go make things happen. It's also like, like stop go. Like the more I want more, I need more business growth hours on my calendar. So the more green, the better. Go, 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 go green, go green. Light red is business management. So it's not a red alert, but I am aware that as the company gets better, my job needs to shift to spending less time on business management than business growth. So any internal meetings I do, internal management is a light red because it's more just an awareness. Like, okay, am I doing the right job as the CEO of the business internally? And where am I overworking or underworking on managing the business? Orange is every time I'm with you guys, with our community, slapsters, partners. It's sort of like orange is like a community to me. It's like a shade of yellow. It's fun. It's community. It's being with my people. Silver is anything related to like the strategic growth of our global network. So it's like silver linings growth. Lavender is wellness, like lavender, like the scent of lavender. It's like calming in my brain. So all of these colors are, and then I do a lot of like teaching and PR, and that's this like teal, it's blue to get my attention. Like, hey, you've got to be prepared. You've got to be camera ready. You've got to like go talk to the press or go lead something public. So anytime I'm speaking or I'm writing or I'm on camera, is that bright blue color, just to remind myself when it's on my calendar, like you've got to look. The color codes they're very intentional for me, right? All of you guys might have a different relationship to those colors, but the colors are signaling to even my own brain: red, stop; green, go; yellow, fun; ooh, silver, I'm like strategically growing silver lining; ooh, orange, my people, my community; teal, comb your hair. So it's signaling things that I associate with the colors, which is sort of helping me build almost like an emotional relationship to my time budget. We're going to do calendar audits, align actions to results, do I will days, take back control of our life. We own our time, focus on the highest priorities, respond and react only when appropriate, align others to our highest priorities instead of getting sucked into their highest priorities, and focus as many hours as we can on business growth. Dark green, go and grow. Everybody, thank you. And thank you for